Hey YouTube, welcome to Trevor's Vinyl World. I got my Anthony Edwards basketball jersey on, but congratulations to the New York Knicks. It's been a long time coming for them. They have not won a title since 1973. They kept saying it. Does anyone know who they beat in order to win the title back in 1973? It was the LA Lakers when they had Jerry West and they had Wilt Chamberlain on that team. So that's a little trivia for you. Of course, Wilt Chamberlain scored his 100-point game against the Knicks back in like the 1960s. So I guess the Knicks got revenge by winning a title against them years later. But anyways, congratulations to the Knicks. And today I want to go and talk about a band that I've always liked, and they're sort of labeled the Switzerland version of AC/DC because they have sort of the same sound as AC/DC. Just a lot of cool guitar riffs, just very groovy sound, very just catchy hooks. I really like their lead singer. Of course, they started off when they were this band Krokus. They've been around since 1974, and they started off with a different lead singer. They started off with a guy named Peter Richard, and by the time they released their first ever album, he was already gone. So then the bass player, Chris Von Rohr, he basically stepped in, and he was a multi-talented guy that could play instruments and play the bass guitar, and he was like, you know what, I'll be the singer. And basically for their first two albums, he was the lead singer. And then eventually they found this guy, Mark Storis. I hope that's how you say it. But he ended up being the longtime lead singer for Krokus. And, he's the one that when you listen to Krokus, he's the one that everyone pictures. And basically, since this album, and this is, it's basically called Metal Rendezvous. And this is kind of the album that put them on the map. I want to say this is from 1980. And a very cool cover. A lot of their covers kind of have a similar look to them. But this is a decent album. I like on the back of this, they make it look like a police report. It's kind of funny. But anyways, like this album, I would say the standout tracks would be Bedside Radio and Heat Strokes. Heat Strokes is the first song on here on side A. I don't think your best song shouldn't be the first song. I don't know why. Sometimes people do that, but anyways, that's just me. Then I got this one called Hardware, and I want to say this one's from 1981. I really like this photo on the back of it. I thought it was kind of interesting here that they put like they got Tommy Kiefer on guitars, and then you got Chris Von Rohr, bass and percussion, and then you got Fernando Von Arb on guitars, and then here's the lead singer I was talking about, Mark Storis, right there, and then you got this Jareg Magelli on the end there. But I thought it was kind of cool that like they have all their names, and then they basically also give a shout out, or no, I'm sorry. This here on the end is Freddie Steady, Freddie Steady, and then they gave a shout out to their sound and around. Probably the person that mixed it and all that, Jareg Magelli. So I thought that was kind of neat that they put his name in there with, even though he's not in the photo. But when in doubt, like I love these photos of the bands. It's always cool. And I would say on this one, the song that I really like is called Celebration. It's actually the last song on side B. And some of these names are kind of cool though. Burning Bones, Smelly Nelly. But yeah, no. Very cool, very cool. And then I got this one. This is called One Vice at a Time. And I'm thinking this came out in 1982. And again, nice cool photo on the back. And I would say on this one, probably Long Stick Goes Boom, which first song on it, but they need to listen to me, you know. But again, cool cover. I mean, you see kind of a similarity between like these three covers. You got this one, you got this one, and that one, kind of similar. They'd make a cool t-shirt. And then this one actually got bad reviews, but it is a Krokus album, and this one's from 1986. And honestly, I haven't really listened to this one that much. I do like this photo on the back, but I do like this band a lot. And I really give them credit because from about I want to say from 1980 until 1988, they actually released like 7 albums. That's a lot of albums. That's a lot of output. And I want to say that they have about 18 total albums, and they're still going today. And they also have compilation albums, live albums. So this is a band that has put in a lot of work. They have a huge resume. They keep putting stuff out. I love bands like that. I would rather you have like too much art and music out there, and some of it just isn't perfect, than to not have enough out there. Like, these bands that just release one album and then take 4 years off. It's just like, come on, man, really? So the albums I would still like to get from them would be one of their most famous albums is 1983's Headhunter, and that has the song Screamin' in the Night, which is probably their best song, or it's their most popular song. So I would definitely love to have Headhunter from 1983. Another good album of theirs, for people out there looking to collect, is actually Hoodoo from 2010. So I mean, think about it. 1983 was Headhunter, and now let's fast forward 27 years, and they're still putting out, like back in 2010, they had an awesome album called Hoodoo. So just a band that I give a lot of credit to, but those are 2 albums that I'm still looking for. Like I said, though, they have like 18 albums. I would even, they're one of those bands that if I'm at a record store or a garage sale and there's a Krokus album, I'm at least looking at it. I'm considering how much it is. Like one of these was in really good shape, so I paid $8 for it. But like I've said before, I definitely encourage people to look at used records because, yes, I can buy one of these for $32 and it's like brand new. But sometimes, picking up an $8 one and I can clean the record off and it's fine. So anyways, just wanted to give a little shout out to the band Krokus. I've always liked them. Like I said, they're kind of the AC/DC of Switzerland. I don't know if they like that, but hopefully they don't mind that title. I think it's a compliment. AC/DC rocks, and so does Krokus. So everyone, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and have a good one. Talk to you later. Thank you.